In this edition of the MORI screencast, we're going to learn how to get started with dues. The steps in this screencast will primarily be for when you first start using MORI for your dues. We'll learn how to set up lodge member types, what kind of member types you may want to create, and how to set the total annual dues for each type. To create a member type, go to Lodge on the MORI menu and select Member Types. You'll see that this screen is divided into two sections. Member Types at the top, which lists any existing member types that have been created for your lodge, and the Add Member Type section at the bottom of the screen for creating new member types. We'll be using the Add Member Type form at the bottom of the page to create our lodge member types and enter the amount they will be paying for dues in the coming year. The Add Member Type form has two fields: New Member Type, which is where you'll assign the new type a name, and Total Annual Dues, which is where you'll enter the amount of dues the member type pays annually. Some common member types you will want to consider creating are Regular, which would be your standard type who pays the regular dues; Honorarium, which may be somebody like your treasurer or secretary who doesn't pay dues due to their office; Life, members who no longer pay dues or only pay per capita dues because of years of service or the purchase of a life membership; Full and partial hardship, somebody who doesn't pay dues at all or only pays per capita dues because of their personal circumstances; and military service, a member who doesn't pay dues while they are on active military service. You don't need to create an honorary category. MORI does that when you add an honorary member. We don't recommend creating one type for all members who don't pay dues, as you may need to be able to differentiate later between a member on hardship and a member on honorarium. So keep separate categories for each type. Member types should be based on your bylaws and your Grand Lodge or Grand Jurisdiction constitutions. Consult your Grand Secretary's office if you have questions about what kind of member types you should create. So let's create a member type. We're going to go with Regular, as that will be your most commonly used type. We're going to set this type up as having $100 annual dues. The dues should include your lodge or chapter dues and any per capita dues that would be paid to the Grand Jurisdiction. Now click the Add button. The screen will reload and you will see the regular member type listed in the Member Types section at the top of the page. Now go ahead and create as many member types as you need. If you need to go back later and change the amount of total annual dues for a category, simply do it here and click Update. Now that you've created your member types and assigned the amount of dues paid, you'll want to start assigning each member to a type. View our next screencast, Assigning Member Types, to learn how.